Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. Actually, in the morning, you guys. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a great day. It is Thursday-ish, something. I don't know what fucking day it is. I think it's Thursday. Yesterday was hump day, and Thursday usually follows hump day. I think it always has. You might have to check me on that. But how are you guys? Hope you're well. I'm all right. Did not get much sleep. Didn't do a show last night because, Monkey was tired. So I went and laid down and, didn't sleep very much and then woke up early. So, yay. It's going to be one of those kind of days. It is a nap day for Mr. Monkey. Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys get naps. Do you guys like naps? These days, it's not so much a nap for me. I never know how long I'm going to sleep. I like a nap if it only goes like an hour or so. When it goes like 6, is that really even a nap anymore? Anyway, guys, lots to talk about today. Lots to talk about. Cryptic, thank you. You're later than my ex's period. Oof. Well, at least it came there, Cryptic. At least it came. Otherwise, I mean, you got to start talking about hangers at that point. Or not talking about hangers. I just meant, for hanging up baby clothes. That's all I meant. I don't know where you guys went with that. I realized what I said a little too late there, so had to correct that. And if you believe that, bunch of bullshit. You know what, guys? I got a video monetized, and it's funny because it's when I started talking about Susan wanting my dick again. I am telling you guys that woman wants my penis. She's got it in their rules somewhere that she wants my penis. Glad you're going with me on that. Anyway, let's see. What do we have going on today? You know what's trending? First thing trending when I wake up? R.I.P. America. R.I.P. America. Apparently a whole bunch of morons don't understand what the Wisconsin ruling was about yesterday. The Wisconsin Supreme Court ruled that the governor did not have the power to lock people down longer. Just didn't have them. Those powers don't exist to you. And the the people who read this ruling, instead of realizing that what they were saying is that the governor literally doesn't have the power to do this. That's all they said. The court didn't say this was good or bad. They said you don't have this power under the law. And you can't just take that kind of power that is dictatorial crap. You shitbag, you authoritarian motherfucker. I might be embellishing a little on their actual wording. That's what they were saying. You don't have this power. And a whole bunch of fucking moronic lefties are like, they're being ordered to go die. If your governor has not locked you down, it doesn't mean you have to go die at work. It really doesn't. It doesn't mean you have to open your business. There's nothing about it that says you have to go do this, but that's how these morons are relating to it. Talik says RIP capitalism wasn't much better. That one was absolutely asinine. I read a tweet last night on Lords of the Nights, my favorite tweet from that whole thing, where a guy, he says, I've lived through 2 financial collapses in my 30 years. And still people are out here standing capitalism. Shake my head. Hashtag RIP capitalism. Like, this one is specifically not about capitalism. This one is specifically about the government telling businesses exactly how they have to run, or in this case, not run. And they're like, capitalism, because you're a dumbass who doesn't understand what capitalism is. Capitalism was shut down. That's why you have this financial collapse. But even more important, somebody else responded, and I wish I had thought of this. They're like, capitalism has sustained 2 of these economic hardships. Communism doesn't bounce back. It just doesn't. RIP education. Faithless, it's probably a much better hashtag, but we have RIP America. And it's it's absolutely stupid, man. It's mostly just a whole bunch of people who hate Donald Trump. And instead of being able to express themselves with their words in a way that makes sense about Donald Trump, yeah, they lash out. Here's one that Wisconsin Supreme Court orders all businesses to open immediately and provides no safety guidelines. I'm pretty sure they didn't order all businesses open. Fairly certain. Now, I could be wrong. When they said that the governor didn't have the power to do this, I could have missed comma and all businesses must open immediately. It happens sometimes. Sometimes I miss things, but I'm fairly certain that's not in there, you dumb Trump-hating motherfucker. I love how this has become a left versus right thing. Left versus right thing. The if you believe in opening businesses, you must support Trump. You horrible motherfucker. How dare you? And do you remember the judge down there in Texas? You're being selfish for wanting to open up your business. So he told that hairstylist, you're being selfish. I can't do his accent. I only heard him like once, so I'm going with a evil sounding voice, because to me that's what it is, telling somebody that they're selfish for wanting to run their business when it's a single person salon. It's a salon run by one lady and she hires some other people to come in and help. We're not talking like some chain salon here. This isn't like Supercuts, you know. You got people, you open all of them and the CEO is going to make some big bank off of it. I don't know how much you make there. But this is one lady who runs her own little thing there to try to feed her family and help other people feed their families. Yeah, you selfish cunt. How dare you? Cryptic, thank you. TDS is an illness that will take a decade to cure. It won't take that long. It won't. Now, if you mean from when it started, probably. But from where we're at now, the longest it's going to last is maybe another 6 years. Because then you're going to have another president in there, and you'll still hear Trump's name from time to time, sure. But the players change, and then they have to go after who's next. It gave me an ad, and I watched it for you. You're welcome for the 0.000000001 cent. I appreciate it, Virtual. It's very kind, very kind. And since I talked about Susan wanting my penis, I might actually get that. People seem to think small business make huge amounts of money. It's weird. Well, Dangerous. There's a whole lot of people who don't run businesses, and your government just pulled the salon license from a 77-year-old man. I'm not shocked. Oh, is this the other one? What's his name? Matt Christensen talked about. Is that him? I didn't watch all of Matt's video, so I didn't get to that part. I got distracted. But I remember him talking about some old guy who lost his business license, or wasn't allowed to do business, is what I saw at least. Anyway, I'm not shocked. But no, there's a lot of people who don't run businesses, and they think that the person who owns that business, they are just wealthy as shit. Most businesses don't have really high profit margins. They're very little tiny. And it takes a while to build up to where you can live off of it. And then once you can, maybe you can franchise, and that's where you'll start to make your real money. But like your mom and pop grocery stores, they're not pulling down $1 million a year. That's not their take. Like it's really funny if you talk to the employees, because those are the ones who usually are convinced these guys are rich as fuck. Like, how can you give me more money? Because he's eating macaroni too, dumbass, and not the Kraft stuff, man. He's pulling that white box. Relax. Nuts, as I just read it this morning. Yeah, I'm not sure who it was. I wouldn't be shocked that my governor would pull any bullshit, because she's a Nazi. I know we're not supposed to say that, right? We're not supposed to talk about them being Nazi. She's a horrible fascist, is what she is. She's an authoritarian fascist piece of shit, and she's shown that repeatedly throughout this couple of months. that dead air there, guys. I had to sneeze. Oh my goodness. There's the ice cream truck that was stalked by the media. Oh, dude, there's so much of this stuff going on. So much of it. How dare you be out there trying to make a living, you son of a bitch? You should be at home with us, living off the Green New Deal. Fuck. My man Jack, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm all right. I should be sleeping. I'm not, so I'm here.
Yeah, me too.
Guys, now that Jack's here, it's a good time to remind you we're brought to you by you. If you enjoy what you hear, please hit the like button, please share, and please toss money at Jack and myself because we like it.
Yeah.
We don't have to have the white box of macaroni and cheese. We can get the blue box.
Not the generics?
I mean, we can still do that. That would still be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, but I want to live life.
Yeah, if you get a whole dollar, man, you can buy what? I don't know. How much is macaroni and cheese these days? I haven't priced stuff in forever, man. I know ramen is still cheap. That's all I know. I haven't been out and been like, I know we got to get the cheap one today. Anyway, so RIP America is trending. Jack, our country has died because liberals don't want to go to work.
No, it's died because they keep passing more Patriot Act add-ons and are creating registries for people that go to the diner or go to church. That's how America's dying. These people are just lazy fucks that don't give a shit about their freedoms.
Hate fact. Hate fact.
I know, right?
Some people are talking about me roboting. Sorry, guys. Doing my best. Doing my best. It's I have generic macaroni and cheese internet. I think it's actually put together macaroni chain. Which one? Oh shit! Who's talking on my screen? I didn't give you permission to do that. Stop it. There we go. I have 3 more stories I want to talk about. Let's talk about this one first. The United States Senate voted to re-up the Patriot Act.
Of course they did.
And as part of doing so, they actually, Senate votes to allow, where is it? Senate votes to allow FBI to look at your web browsing history without a warrant.
I would think that's unconstitutional, but so's most of the Patriot Act, and nobody seems to give a fuck. So,
yeah, since they added into the Patriot Act, it's not, because they'll just be like, no, it was a FISA thing. It's okay.
Yeah, and it's not like the FBI has corruption issues or anything right now where they've been abusing the power they already had. Let's give them more.
Yeah. This is an article from Vice, and I don't often agree with Vice, but if you're talking about the Patriot Act, fuck that whole thing.
Yeah.
Fuck that whole thing. But I went and looked at the actual, the bill. It's USA Freedom Reauthorization Act of 2020. Isn't that a wonderful name for it?
Yeah.
The USA Freedom Reauthorization Act of 2020. And part of what they're doing in that reauthorization of freedom is to make it so they can read your fucking browser history if they want to.
Yeah, the freedom is for the government to trample all over your rights. That's what it is.
Senator Wyden from Oregon, he's a Democrat. He offered an amendment to specifically strike this part. The amendment was to remove internet web browsing information and search history from the scope of the authority to access certain business records for foreign intelligence and international terrorism investigations. Basically, to take this new bullshit and tell them to stick it where it don't shine. It failed by 1 vote.
Of course it did. I'm not surprised. You got a super chat there. So.
Yeah, Rudicus, thank you. All they're going to find in mine is weird porn. Hey, you do you, boo.
Yeah. People say that, but, and I agree because I have a lot of weird porn in my browser history, but it's the principle that at some point that may not be acceptable either, because you get enough diehard feminists in there that hates the idea of sex in general and all sex is rape or whatever. And porn could be the next thing they target, and your name is on a list for wrongthink.
Yeah, there were a couple of senators who did not vote on this, and far too many who did vote to pass or to keep it how it was. So it failed by one goddamn vote. In the yay and nay, it went down 59 to 37 is what this part says.
Wow.
And I realize that's not one vote, guys. You have to. One vote is how the that part passed, I believe. Anyway, the reason I brought up the amendments, Jack, is this one right here, offered by Ken Buck, Republican from Colorado. This was the third of the 4 amendments to the USA Freedom Reintroduction, or whatever the hell they called it. A description: amend the title so as to read "A bill to be known as the Federal Initiative to Spy on Americans Act." That didn't go anywhere. It got voted down. That was over in the House. It failed on a recorded vote of 35 to 376. You bunch of pussies. He did the good thing. He kept the initials: Federal Initiative to Spy on Americans. That's FISA.
Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong.
Thank you for the fist bump, Andrew Joyner. Very kind, very kind.
Over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Cryptic. Here's the money I asked to refund from the Starlight Children's Charity. Plenty of kids have their last wish fulfilled. Yours haven't. Thanks, Cryptic.
Well, there you go. The next story I have, this goes to what we talked about a little bit on Lords of the Night last night, guys. So if you listen to that, you're going to get a lot of a repeat here. We had information about, who was unmasking General Flynn. That came out yesterday. It was a pretty big story yesterday. Richard Grinnell, I think is how you say his name. He's the acting director of national intelligence.
Yeah.
He declassified a bunch of this information. Havoc, thank you. Dear NSA, you may take my credit card info, but you'll never take my hentai preferences. I hope I did that justice. Thank you for the donation. He released specifically yesterday was the number of people and their names and when they did it, of who asked to unmask the person in the calls with what's the name of that person? Sergei Ciliak, the Russian ambassador. And some of the names and dates were kind of let's call them interesting, shall we?
Indeed.
For instance, the FBI. I don't know if you know this, Jack. This came out recently. The FBI had issued a memo on the 4th of January saying, yeah, we can go ahead and close down this Flynn investigation. There's nothing there. On the 5th of January, President Obama's chief of staff asked for an unmasking of Flynn. Kislyak, is that how you say that? There's an S in there. Oh, Kislyak. What did I say? Whatever.
Sleestack? I don't know.
It's a fucking Russian ambassador. I don't care. We'll call him Sergey Steve. I love when they correct me. It's nice of you guys to try. It really, really is. But yeah, on the 5th, the president's chief of staff asked for an unmasking. And then suddenly the investigation didn't go away.
Like magic.
I know. It's weird. And let's see, on the 12th of January, you know who asked for an unmasking?
Joe Biden?
Joseph Biden. Yes.
Nailed it.
I like the way they... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just was pointing out that I got one right.
I love it. All of the news articles I'm reading about this, it says that the documents show Biden or someone on his staff requested to unmask Flynn.
Whatever. Someone on his run cover.
Right? Oh, look, it might not have been Biden. It might have been his secretary. She was unfingered at the time, so she had time to do it.
Does that make her a puppet?
It makes him the puppet master, indeed. Thank you, Piccolo, for the one-up hippo. I appreciate that. That's very kind. The names of the people that have come out that were really big names were James Clapper, James Comey, and what's Brennan's first name? I forget Brennan's first name. John Brennan and Joseph Biden. For those of you who don't understand the significance of that, that is the director of national intelligence, the director of the FBI, the director of the CIA, and the vice president.
Yeah.
All for the Obama administration. I'll say that again. The DNI, CIA, FBI, and vice president all went after this guy. All went looking for his information. And a weird thing happened. The fact that he had this call, that he specifically was the American on this call, was leaked to the Washington Post. Which, by the way, highly illegal. Because if you ask for an unmasking, that is information you have to keep to yourself. Or apparently whatever staff member asked for the unmasking, because apparently that's allowed.
That's even more disturbing that would happen.
Right? Andrew Bates, a spokesman for Biden's campaign, on Wednesday tweeted a story from May 20th in which one Republican at the center of the calls to investigate Biden, Senator Ron Johnson, identified Biden as Trump's biggest threat in 2020. That line right there, this is in a story about how Rand Paul is calling for investigations of Joe Biden. Real quick. Thank you, Drew W. Biden has his fingers in everything but this. Oh my God. Well played.
Over on the Streamlabs. Thank you, RVA Dar. Thanks for helping out, not Jack. I'm glad to try.
And thank you, RVA Dar, who says, always glad when Monkey in the Morning is actually in the morning. It is always in the morning, sir, as it is always morning somewhere. But this is a story. This is the headline, Jack. Paul claims Biden caught red-handed eavesdropping on Flynn. Rand Paul. And near the end, they throw this in. Andrew Bates, a spokesman for Biden's campaign, on Wednesday tweeted a story from May 18th in which one Republican at the center of the calls to investigate Biden identified Biden as Trump's biggest threat. Those two things have nothing to do with each other.
No. But that's not going to stop them from trying to draw some kind of lines together. They want everything to be a big grand conspiracy.
The conspiracy here is what Biden and them were doing, not some rando Ron Johnson from Wisconsin identifying Biden as Trump's biggest threat. That literally has nothing to do with what's going on.
Look, our conspiracy has nothing to do with what these evil Republicans are doing, because they are hunting down this poor dementia patient that's probably highly corrupt.
This shit should scare the fuck out of Americans.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on lately that should scare us, and people seem to be very complacent with it. So I'm not shocked. This will all get swept under the rug. Nothing is going to happen out of this. There might be a few people that get transferred. Maybe one person will get fired. That's it. All the big players like John Brennan, Clapper, Biden, Obama, nothing's going to happen to them, and we all know it.
Well, you also have to think of the fact Clapper, Comey, Brennan, Biden, none of them have a job right now. Well, not in government. So they won't even get transferred over this shit.
No, they'll get nothing. There will be no punishment for this whatsoever. So a couple low-level FBI agents will probably get a slap on the wrist and a little unpaid vacation time. And at worst, they get transferred to some other part of like Idaho or something. And that'll be it. And they'll be right back again in 2 years. And nobody will be any the fucking wiser. And nobody will care by then. And that's what's really pissing me off about this whole thing, is there will be no consequences for any of the people involved in this. Just like Hillary never went to jail, Lois Lerner never went to jail, all these other people, the guys behind Fast and Furious, nothing will ever get done because these guys all protect each other and cover their own asses.
Flynn resigned in February 2017 after admitting he had not been truthful when he denied discussing U.S. sanctions against Russia before Trump's inauguration. He was later charged with lying to the FBI in a criminal case the Department of Justice dropped last week. We need to talk about this part of the article, Jack. Flynn resigned in 2017 after he apparently told the vice president that they hadn't discussed what was discussed on the call. For those of you who don't remember or don't know, what was supposedly discussed on the call is Flynn asked Kislyak, however you say the fucking name, to express to Moscow that it would probably be a bad idea to retaliate to sanctions the U.S. had just put on Russia. And he was saying so because, it's going to make it harder for us to get anything done if you guys retaliate. If you guys just take it, then maybe we can, walk some of this stuff back later. Now, that's not everything he said. As far as we know, he just said, please express not to retaliate. I was expanding on it because I haven't seen the actual call. I don't know if anybody's seen the actual call, but that's supposedly what happened.
Well, give Grinnell a few more weeks. Maybe he'll release something. He seems a relatively honest human being, at least.
Grinnell's the one that the other day forced Adam Schiff's hand. It's like, release this shit or I'm going to.
I've seen Grinnell. He used to be on TV a lot on a late show on Fox. And I like the guy overall. I think he's a lot more trustworthy than most people in Washington. But I don't trust anybody that works in Washington. Fast. Thank you so much, Pete. That's very generous. It did show me a message. So if you got a message, just throw it in chat.
So we go from them saying that he resigned to the very next day. He was later charged with lying to FBI agents in a criminal case the Department of Justice has dropped last week. Those are not necessarily connected. I'm not sure what he lied to the FBI about. I haven't paid that much attention to that part. And maybe it was the exact same thing. Maybe it was the context of that call. But once again, this Washington Post story about him having this call came out before he was interviewed by the FBI. So trying to hide it at that point would be kind of stupid. Like maybe they didn't read the Washington Post or the wiretaps that it obviously came from.
Yeah.
It just the way this whole fucking piece of shit article is worded. But it does. Senator Rand Paul on Wednesday said that former Vice President Joe Biden has been caught red-handed eavesdropping on former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn after it was revealed that National Security Agency received a request in Biden's name, to unmask Flynn.
Why does that sound like it's part of some wizard's spell? In Biden's name, I release thee.
They invoked Biden's name. Yeah.
Did they summon the Kraken? Oh, P-Dog makes a good point. Grinnell also is gay, so he's got like a "Don't fuck with me" card.
Oh, nice! I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. He's one of the gays. No, I like Grinnell. I think he's a relatively honest guy, and these newspaper articles are designed to try and massage the truth a little bit so it doesn't look as bad. So they're going to put all these semi-related things together to try and change public opinion. Like, oh, look how they're covered for Trump.
Yeah, and remember, guys, just because Clapper, Comey, Brennan, and Biden all requested the information, it doesn't mean they requested it.
Yeah. Dangerous might be right. This is like a religious thing. Instead of the power of Christ, it's the power of Biden sniffs you.
The power of Biden, well done, sniffs you.
I got another super chat.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Thank you, RVA Dar. Jack, you've once again hit the nail on the head. No one has any consequences, so the bad behavior continues. No wonder no one trusts the government. Exactly. And the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to get because they're going to erode our rights even further. I mean, they're trying to start registries for going to a restaurant or to church.
Oh, yeah.
And how long before, I said this on Twitter earlier, how long before those church registries get cross-sectioned with the gun registries to create manifests of wrong thinkers? Sorry, a little
Faithless, you have point there too. Gay card, POC card, woman card, all voided by being a conservative. That's true. We've seen that over and over again. Because remember, if you're black and conservative, you're an Uncle Tom. If you're a woman who's conservative, you have internalized misogyny. If you're a gay conservative, you don't really exist.
They got to have a term for gay conservatives, because, I mean, Uncle Tom's for the black guys, but they don't really have one for the gay dudes. What would that be called? Like straight envy?
They used to be the log cabin Republicans. I don't know if the log cabins still exist, but I mean, they've been around for a while. So what would be internalized heterosexuality? No. Internalized homophobia. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
Inside, they hate it when they're sucking that dick. Which, I mean, if I was them, I would be too, but they seem to like it. So I feel like that's probably wrong.
There's that too. Thank you, Atheist Icon. This was supposed to be for my daughter's cat's cremation. She will have to use a shovel in my backyard for closure instead. You need it more. Thanks. And thank you, Cryptic. Kids in need sometimes is like an overblown charity. They shouldn't be born so early. Whose fault is that? Jesus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cryptic.
Oh. While we're on the Flynn case, let's go ahead and talk about this part. This was blowing up yesterday. Thank you so much, Shady Green. Grin, get this filthy monkey away from me. Take it. Sorry. I just assumed that said monkey. Get this filthy money away from me. Take it. Take it now. Look, if you have any more just laying around that's bothering you, by all means.
I like how
that's the filthy monkey.
Into like a racist slur.
God damn it. I didn't even think of that. Oh.
That's because when you hear the word monkey, you think of going to the zoo to see like some chimpanzees, and not black people like the racists that make it sound that way are.
You know, the truth of the matter is these days when I hear monkey, I just think of me. And that's not to be conceited. It's just I've had that name for so long that, oh, please save us from all the money. You guys can send it all to me if it is bothering you. Or Jack. Send some to Jack as well. And Nuts, thank you, sweetheart, for dropping the links for us. You're such a kind-hearted woman to do that. She doesn't get anything for that. You know that, right, Jack?
I know. And that's really awesome that you guys all work together like that, because Stargazer drops links, and if she's not here, Prospero and Becca do it, and Shady does it sometimes. Shady does it over on Shady and Evolved Potato both do it on Comic Curation occasionally. Everybody's in this chat is awesome.
Yeah, Evolved Potato's done it here as well.
Yeah. You're all good people, and I missed you guys while I was gone.
Best audience on the internet, man.
Yeah. If I may make a quick side trip here, I got recognized while I was on vacation.
You got recognized?
Yes, I was wearing your T-shirt, the "Your Life Makes Me Sad" shirt, and somebody said, "Oh, you're a Ranting Monkey fan?" I said, "Yes, I am." And he's like, "Jack?" Oh shit!
Nice. P-Dog says you're my show prep today. We're happy to help, sir. That's just me doing part of my white savior stuff. That's cool, man. I hope they were nice about it. If they recognize your voice, I imagine they like the show.
I didn't get the name on like their handle, but it was just a quick like 30-second thing. But it was really cool. And the people I was with were like, "Seriously, dude, your stupid internet morning show." I'm like, "Stupid nothing. Those people are awesome."
That's right. Best audience on the internet, man. You know, I did one time. We were in a Wendy's, and just to be a jackass, I was on my phone, and Lady Monkey's like, "Put your phone down." And I was checking Twitter at the time, and I said out loud, "I'm a social media influencer. This is my job." And this little girl at a table, like 2 tables away, she looked like 13, maybe 14. She turned her head snapped when she heard social media influencer. I'm like, "Nobody you've heard of. Go back to eating. You're fine." This is Kyle. Thank you so much. Here's $2 I don't need. Found it in a bush.
Oh, what was her name?
The Biden method. Greg, I was just getting ready to get to that part. There's actually two other parts to this whole story that we need to talk about. Going back to the actual story, Jack. So with Clapper specifically, James Clapper, having requested the unmasking on three separate occasions, he went before Adam Schiff's committee in March. Before Adam Schiff's committee in March of 2017, 18, something like that. And Adam Schiff asked him specifically about unmasking. And shit, right. I don't have hang on. I have the exact quote of what that lying little shit said. I don't know the circumstances of the unmasking, you know. That's a better question to direct to the FBI or DOI. I don't know the circumstances of the unmasking. When he made 3 requests himself, the latest one I believe was in early January. So just a couple months earlier. You're telling me this motherfucker doesn't remember that? With a case that blew up this big that soon? Liar. You lied before Congress. Jack, I asked this story last night, or this question last night. Let me see if you can get the answer. Remember Trump's lawyer, Cohen?
Yeah.
Do you know what he's in prison for?
Lying to the Congress?
Lying to Congress. Specifically Schiff's fucking committee.
That's a hate fact because these guys are in the political favorites and that person was not. So it makes it okay. And that guy didn't have any real influence or power. He was just some plebeian like the rest of us. So fuck that guy. We only protect our own in the government. That's how that works, right?
Indeed. Stroom, that is true, but hurtful. That is, how dare you? Lady Monkey should have her own show. She'd get more of everything than Monkey does.
Well, and then she'd take half of his because that's how it works in relationships.
You know, in truth, she gets all super chats. My AdSense goes straight into our joint bank account, which I never use.
Oh,
so yeah, she gets it. She could be living it up, and I wouldn't know. I mean, she's hiding it very well if she is.
Not on what you make on AdSense. No offense, but I'm just saying.
You're not wrong, man. The other. Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Scribe Light. I did nothing wrong. I appreciate you telling me that.
Backscan says true, but Little Butt would crush them both. That's true. I really wish her mom would let me make an internet show with her. We'd be bigger than Adam, or no, what's that little kid's name?
Ryan?
Ryan, yes. We'd be bigger than Ryan, damn it.
That kid's weird looking.
He has his own line of toys at Walmart, man.
I know. I see him all the time when I'm in there, but I find it disturbing because, like, first of all, I think he's an ugly child, and I judge children. So if you're ugly, it means your parents are both probably ugly. But the toys look like they're reasonably good for that age group, but they're all vastly overpriced. Like, those are things that should be at like the dollar store.
Well, yeah, they're a lot of the hidden stuff because that's what he does. Like, well, a lot of the most popular ones. Jesus, my mouth stopped working there for a minute. It'd be like the secret egg thing. What's inside? And it's usually some crappy little modern day army man.
Yeah, it's just junk toys. But that's actually why I started doing some unboxing videos on Roll for Sanity. That was one of the inspirations for, like, this kid's making this much, but I could do that. Right?
But apparently it's cuter when a 4-year-old does it. Not that you're not cute, Jack.
No, I am. But, plus my receding hairline makes it so that I look more like a child every day because I have less hair.
Dude, have you thought, I mean, you don't do face cam, right?
No.
Oh, if you did just dress up like a little kid, it would be funny as hell. We'll get to that kind of stuff in a little bit.
I look a lot like Charlie Brown.
There you go. I don't know how to comment to that because All right, Chuck. Nut says I tagged you in that story if you're interested. Which story? Let me see what she tagged me in. Oh, yeah. Yep. This is the guy. Governor Whitmer's administration keeps 77-year-old from opening took his fucking license from him.
That's
because he's running a barber shop.
Yeah, I heard about that. I hope he sues because that's bullshit. And I would gladly donate to that guy's GoFundMe. Let people run their fucking lives. Your governor is a fucking fascist.
Pete says, do I donate to Lady Monkey? I thought I was donating to you to buy ramen and drugs. Well, technically you still are because she picks up my ramen and drugs. That sounds wrong. Baby, go to Walmart, give me my ramen, and then stop by the corner of 5th and Lexington and pick up my drugs. He has a lawyer. I bet he does. Good for him. We'll read into the story here in a minute, but no, that goes to all of the expenses that she pays for. All of the stuff donated to Streamlabs goes to the internet's power and that kind of stuff. So things that I can pay from home. Just how it is.
Thank you, Willie Fisterbottom.
Wow.
I'm surprised you got away with that one. I was going to give this to the Paws Foundation to feed hungry pets during this time, but one hungry animal is the same as the other. Thank you.
There you go. That's a fair thing to say.
Willie.
All right. Last thing on this topic. Mr. Priestap. Priestap? I think, I'm not sure how to say it. It's priest with app at the end. So Priestap. He's the guy who wrote he worked for the Justice Department. Either Justice or I think it was Justice specifically, maybe the FBI. Anyway, he's the one that wrote the infamous note, Jack. Are we trying to arrest him or get him fired?
Oh, okay.
And when the investigators under Barr went to talk to him, like, dude, what did this mean? He couldn't tell him. Now, this has become a story because there's a whole bunch of people out there. In New York Times article yesterday, the Justice Department didn't tell the judge in this case that they talked to him. From their specific article. This is what it says in the fucking article. He did not remember the circumstances surrounding the notes that he took. And he was giving them his interpretation of the notes as he reads them now.
Oh, Jesus.
Why? That's not evidence. There's no reason to tell the judge about that. He literally says he does not remember doing it, but this is what makes me look the best right now. Dirty lying sons of bitches. Real quick. Lamenti Guy, thank you. Just a daily reminder that fascists are faggots. No, literally, they're synonyms. They refer to a bundle of sticks. Well, there you go.
Oh.
I don't know if that's true, but I'll take your word for it.
That should inspire a lot of gay porn.
Indeed.
And folks, let's take a second to point out that if you have time to watch the stream, you have time to hit the like button.
That's true. You have likes. If you have time to listen to the stream. Pete, thank you so very much again for a donation with no message. You are a hero, sir. I appreciate all these guys. I really do.
Hell yeah.
Dangerous. Oh, wait. Sorry, trying to read through chat, and that's not evidence. Yeah, but we are seeing people apparently not understanding how the legal system works. Well, there's a whole lot of people that don't seem to understand how the legal system works. They don't think it's a problem at all to lie on FISA warrants for Carter Page, but this is just the biggest oh my god in the history of the oh my gods. It's fucking retarded. By the way, Dangerous was on yesterday, Jack. Have you ever talked to him?
No, I've seen him on some stream somewhere. I saw he was a guest
so
once.
You've heard his voice?
Yeah.
I was shocked. He sounds like a Crocodile Dundee extra.
He can act better than that.
And I didn't say bad acting. Most of the Aussies we've talked to, their voices, I mean, they have the Aussie accent, but they don't have that gravel in their voice. I mean, like every Australian in Crocodile Dundee had that gravelly voice, that deep, manly, gravelly thing going on. Like you talk to Pete. Pete has a very nice, soothing Australian voice. Yeah, I was waiting for him to whip out his knife. That's a knife.
Not everyone can sound like a hardcore action star. Some people sound more subtle.
He sounded like he should have been doing Foster's commercials.
And
no, I like him. I think because in America we have that view of Australians, that they're just rough, manly men, and that's how he came across. Not saying, Pete, you're not rough and manly. Damn it, I'm just accidentally insulting all of you. You know what? Fuck it. I love our Australian audience. That's what I'm saying. I was just taken aback because it was the first time I'd heard a stereotypical Aussie. I have a manly voice if you say so. Hey, I'm calling it as I see it. If you would do an It's Australian for beer commercial for me, I think that'd be great.
What I recall of his voice, he sounded like he should be talking about like beard grooming and lumberjack stuff.
Yeah,
he sounded
manly.
Pretty badass. Yeah. Australian accent, man. That's a badass accent because no pussies live in Australia.
Well, Cryptic, thank you. They have Riley Dennis now. So, Jack, you have to. How about none are born there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get your transitory types. They're like the Riley Dennises of the worlds are the homeless people of Australia. Because you're like, you're not from around here.
Okay, let's do this article that Nuts sent us. Cryptic. Oh, I already got that one. Never mind. No, I'm not allowing you to see my cookies. That's disturbing that you would ask.
That's a disturbing sentence.
I know, right? Hey, those are my. Gamer Feline, thank you. You say I have time. Have you ever been screamed at by a furry feline terrorist, Jack? It's not fun. The screams of anger and paws to the face.
I've been screamed at by furries before because you've heard me talk, but no, I got no response to that. I don't know how to.
I think in this case, she's actually talking about a cat. Is your cat kicking your ass right now, gamer? I love cats. I like when they're assholes.
Press 1 if you need us to send you some catnip.
Blink twice if you can, if they haven't cut out your eyes yet. Governor Whitmer's administration stripped 77-year-old barber of his business license without a hearing.
Of course, because she's already dictating from on high.
An attorney recently described actions taken by Governor Gretchen Whitmer and the state AG as petty and vindictive after the state suspended a 77-year-old's license to operate a barber shop without due process. His egregious offense was simply trying to get back to cutting hair. Mark Mankey decided it was time to reopen his shop after he'd been turned down for unemployment. He's gone weeks without a means to make a living, and he feels as though he has every right to earn an honest dollar. Mm-hmm. Quote, I've gone 6 weeks without a paycheck with no money coming in. I've been in this business 59 years. I'm 77. I've always worked. Despite threats coming from Whitmer's administration, he reopened his doors for those willing to get a trim inside his shop. Mankey holds himself as a type to get things done without asking for help from the government. I've never looked for handouts. I don't even know what they are. I had somebody call me and say, why don't you get on food stamps? I don't want to get on food stamps. I want to work. To the surprise of Mankey, he actually amassed quite a bit of support from the locals in the stance he took against Whitmer's executive order. I came into this last Monday alone, thinking I'm going to swing in the wind alone. I cannot believe the support I got. Yeah, and there's tons of people showing up. When asked by a local news crew about his take on violating the executive order handed down by the governor's office, Mankey responded, I'm 77. What are they going to give me? Life? I've got one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel. I could care less. Wow. Thank you, Gamer Verleen. Lucifer is mean. The dog lets him eat the dog food. Cats, man. I mean, I like cats. They're badass. It was only a matter of time before media caught wind of the story of this defiant barber. During a press conference, a reporter asked about the situation involving Mankey's shop to Governor Whitmer. In response, Whitmer noted the following. I expect people to follow the law. Oh, You hypocritical twat. I'll get into that in a second. I expect people to follow the law. These executive orders are not a suggestion. They are not optional. They're not helpful hints. All right, Jack. Do you know why that part pissed me off?
Because she's a hypocrite?
A huge hypocrite. I expect people to follow the law, she says. Under Michigan law, executive order from the governor in this situation can last 28 days. So for those of you saying executive orders are not laws, fair enough. Let's say, just for instance, that they are. Let's say they carry the weight of the law. Her ability to issue that executive order ended. She had 28 days. And after that, she can't do it anymore without the state legislature. She's actually being sued for that right now.
Yep.
Dear Governor, thank you.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
This is how Dems force segregation into South. Well, you're not wrong.
I just tweeted to her that she's acting like a fascist.
I think acting like is the wrong thing to say.
Yeah, but this way they can't suspend me for calling her a fascist.
Oh, she's a government employee. You can say all kinds of horrible shit to her.
Oh yeah, but Twitter will.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, but Twitter will get you for something like harassment or something.
I just don't understand how she can sit there. You have to follow the law when she's, in order to make this law of hers, she has to be breaking the fucking law. You silly lying bitch. Oh my! And there's going to be people. Yes, she's in the right because they're fucking stupid. You know, in that Wisconsin case, Jack, I don't know if you caught that part, but the Wisconsin Supreme Court ruled the governor's orders over there were invalid.
Yeah.
For the same reason. For the same reason I'm talking about here with Whitmer. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, I heard that.
They didn't rule it that, look, people can go out there and get sick, and or even as it's been portrayed on social media, is that people have to go back to work. No. The Supreme Court ruled you do not have this power, period. That's all it was. And I have a feeling if the Michigan courts do the right thing, they'll do the same thing. You don't have this power. If you want to extend your executive order, this specific order, you need to go to the legislature. But she's going to shut down a whole, this guy's, he's 77 for fuck's sake.
Yeah, let him take whatever risks he wants. He's a grown-up.
He's wearing a mask.
Look, this is exactly what I was talking about last week or whatever when I went on my stupid rant. They're just going to keep pushing until people get fed up and react. And then they're going to be like, what? We don't understand.
What happened?
There's no limit to how much power the government officials want to seize right now. None. They will do anything they can to punish wrongdoers in their minds because they are justified in doing it. They are the righteous. And there's nothing more dangerous than somebody on a righteous mission. And they will continue these kind of power grabs, and they don't care who they have to destroy to make an example out of them. In this case, a 77-year-old man. You're bullying an old man who's just trying to make a living. He's probably can't afford to retire at this point. He's a barber. Give me a break. This is sick. And I don't know why people are putting up with it.
TA says life was better before the internet. You know, that's an interesting topic. I think I probably know what you mean, but I disagree 100%. The internet, you know, Jack, if we didn't have the internet right now, all of our COVID stuff would be coming strictly from the mainstream media.
Yeah.
There would be no counterpoint. Right. There would be no counterpoints to this. We wouldn't know about the stuff that just happened with the unmasking of Flynn. That would be as pushed down as possible. It wouldn't be the big story. Nobody would care.
Yeah, we were happier because we didn't know a lot of this stuff, but now you can find out about the totalitarian nature of some of these politicians immediately in your own state or in someone else's.
And that says it was simpler. I'll give you that. But simpler's not always better, you know? And I don't think she's saying that, but That's my addition to what you said there, sweetie. RBA Dar, thank you so much. You said, just because some people are scared of the Chan does not mean they can tell me how to live my life. That's true. It's true.
Yeah. If they want to stay at home, that's fine. And yeah, people should be cautious. Should wear masks, wash your hands, social distance, use hand sanitizers, wipe down your carts. Don't trust children because they're little disease factories. I understand all that, but you still can't try and micromanage every human being's life. People don't respond well to that, especially in this country and places, other freedom-loving places. You could do it in China because they're beaten down and they're used to it. And that's all they've known for generations.
There's a great article in the New York Times today from a doctor who says when all of this started, he's an American doctor. When all of this started, he warned his friends to hunker down for 3 months, and he got a hold of lawmakers and told them what he thought was going to happen, and they listened. And there's a little caveat in there. I mean, because other people were saying it. He's obviously not somebody many people listen to. But he goes on to say that he's been calling his colleagues in China, Chinese doctors, and asking them how they've been so able to keep the virus from spreading over there. I'm like, oh, are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, they just eliminate human rights.
Well, Jack, do you remember what happened to the first doctor who came forward and said he'd found a new respiratory disease that they've named COVID-19? The Chinese government made him sign a confession saying he lied about it. That's a true story, guys. You can go look that up. This doctor, the original doctor who found this, was a doctor in China who came forward and said, there is some weird new disease out here. It is destroying patients. And the Chinese government made him lie in a confession to say he made it all up. He later died of COVID.
Yeah, I'd like to pretend I'm surprised, but we all know that this is the sort of thing you expect from a totalitarian regime.
So what do you think the doctors over there are saying? Whatever the fuck China wants them to.
Exactly. They're falling in line with the talking points of the government.
You know what the Chinese did to stop the spread of COVID, Jack? They welded people into their fucking homes.
Yeah, and they locked them away in isolation and let them die.
Let me repeat that for you guys. They welded them in their homes. They welded shut apartment buildings. Yeah, and people just died. Yeah, why don't we take that tact? That old folks home there has an outbreak. Seal that motherfucker. Who's on board? I mean, besides Democrats. God damn it. My lighter died. Let's see if this one works. Hey, it does. Don't worry, guys. I'm just lighting a candle. I would never smoke on stream because that would be horrible.
Yeah, that would be a bad influence. Jeez.
Right. Jack, there was still one more thing about I started to talk about Pre-Step earlier. Oh, no, we talked about Pre-Step. I don't want to talk about him. This one, Facebook to pay $52 million settlement for trauma to content reviewers.
What?
We read about this a few months ago that there's this real problem with people who are watching content to review it for Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And that was just like, oh my God. Okay. Facebook has agreed to pay $52 million to compensate content moderators who suffered mental trauma from the graphic and violent images they were required to review.
Fuck off, you pussies.
The agreement
West Coast bullshit.
Oh yeah, wait. The agreement submitted to a California state court will include payments to more than 10,000 current and former content moderators who work for firms contracted by Facebook. What is 52 million divided by 10,000?
It's like $5,000 each, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
50 grand. I don't know. I don't math. I went to public.
I think it's like 50 grand each.
That's fucking ridiculous. They should get $5.
They should get what they were paid.
Yeah, that's part of the deal. Look, if you can't handle the job, don't do it, you fucking crybaby pussies. Jesus, what is wrong with these people?
Yeah, it works out to $5,200 each.
Yeah, look, again, I am shocked nobody has landed on the beaches of California and invaded, because those people would fold like a bunch of fucking pussies. Oh my God, it's the Russians. Shut up. I had to see something scary. Fuck off.
The class action lawsuit was filed in 2018, claimed that the content reviewers were subject to psychological trauma from repeated exposure to graphic content such as child sexual abuse, beheadings, terrorism, animal cruelty, rape, and murder.
Yeah, those things are awful, but you know the job and you're signing up. But you know what they probably were really complaining about? That guy said there were only 2 genders.
Right. You don't have to watch the whole beheading video to know it's a beheading video and go, nope, bad.
Yeah.
Click, I'm not watching that. You see the machete coming down, like, stop.
Yeah, and no one is forcing them to do this job. They're hired. They don't like it. They find stuff uncomfortable, which you're going to see uncomfortable things in a job like that. You fucking learn to cope with it like everybody else, or you don't do the job. This is why some people aren't designed to be around dead bodies. Not everybody can be a mortician. Same kind of thing. If you're not comfortable with seeing some violence and gross stuff, don't be on there.
Facebook has also agreed to take measures to provide content moderators employed by its contractors in the United States with mental health support and counseling.
Oh my God. Bunch of fucking babies.
Look, I couldn't do that job. I'll be honest with you. I could, like, okay, you're going to have to sit here and review. As soon as they said possible child porn, I'm like, I'm out. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not something I can call the FBI. That's their job.
Yeah, exactly.
They get paid for that, not me. I don't want to see that in any form. I don't like watching people die. You know, when the only one, and I'm sorry, I almost laughed talking about it. The only one where I really didn't mind it was Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Because that was funny. That was a fucking Roadrunner cartoon.
Oh, it totally was.
But like, if you're actually seeing the death, things like the recent Ahmaud Arbery thing, I have trouble watching that. The one with that kid in the hotel where the police were, I can't watch it. I saw it once and it's fucking haunted me since. I don't like watching people die.
No.
So I understand them being, you know, but here's what you do. Quit. Be like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, just nope out. And there's only so much anybody can take, but you know what you're getting into when you sign up for the job. Yeah, and that's like saying, I didn't know there would be violence and you're a police officer. Or I didn't know there would be fire when you're a fireman. You're signing up for a specific position that does a specific thing. You should know that you're going to see some dark shit.
Yep. And 5,000. Apparently that's all it takes.
Apparently. They were probably hoping for a lot more money.
They went with the class action suit, so they had to know they weren't going to get that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is just a cash grab by a bunch of lawyers who suckered people in. But hey, an extra $5,000. I guess that will help your psychiatrist fix your fees.
Jeff Fisher says, I have some info about content reviewers lawsuit. Hit me on Twitter with it, man, if you're over there. Let's see.
Real quick. Thank you, Okie Native. This was supposed to go toward the deposit for Grandma's oxygen after she gets out of the hospital. You need it for the war against the squirrels more. It's sacrifice time, you know. Everybody's got to give a little in the battle against the tree rats who live in my house. Or something.
Jeremy says, is Trump going to fix the economy? We kept it shut down for too long. It's going to be a weird recovery. We've never gone through something like this.
Yeah, this is all new territory.
In theory, it should bounce back pretty quickly because there was no real reason for it to happen. The problem is the way the economy gets and stays healthy, or one of the main reasons or things that is needed is people with a steady paycheck. where they have excess money to spend so that they can do impulse buying and the kind of shit that keeps other businesses in business. So we'll see what happens as people go back to working. And in theory, it could bounce back pretty quickly. In reality, I don't know. Let's see. What else did I have? I don't know if I want to talk about that one again. We did it last night. God damn it. Why am I not on the right thing? There we are. Jack, I need a producer.
I know.
Someday. Thank you, Professor Cass. It'll be about $1,000 each after the lawyers get money. Oh, there's that too. The lawyers are definitely going to get a cut. Don't they? It depends on the case, because I've seen somewhere, I want to say they've got as high as like 3/4 of the case, and then a judge was like, bullshit, you don't get that much. Oh, yeah. I would have sheltered in place so others could do what they needed, or others could do what they needed. I don't mind sheltering in place, but that's what I do all the time. I just don't think it's, and I said this at the beginning, to some people's anger, that we shouldn't have shut down.
Well, Sweden did, and they seem to have developed herd immunity. But again, I understand why there was a shutdown. People were really scared how bad this could be. And that means that, some people want to take more chances than others, but they wanted to slow the spread to build up medical supplies. I get that. But there's a time when you have to say, all right, we have to go back to work now. And that was like 3 weeks ago.
Well, part of the problem is also that it wasn't done uniformly. For that to have a major impact, it has to be done uniformly. And we're all over the place with when states started and when they end and all of that shit. It's also the problem if you're looking for it to make a major impact on the disease itself, then you need a longer, very strict quarantine. At the very least with this disease, 3 weeks, period. Can't go out of your house, period. That means whatever food you have on hand is what you have, period. That kind of stuff. And the Sweden model is really interesting. Because, they were like, we're not doing that. And they seem fine.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Like, we're in a pretty uncharted territory. This hasn't happened in a very long time globally on the scale they were worried about. So
on the scale that it is, even.
Yeah, but like there was a 1968, I think it was, H3N5 outbreak that really kind of flew under everybody's radar. But the numbers they were concerned about on this made people concerned and afraid. And I understand that. And sometimes it is better to overreact and not have anything happen than to underreact and have it be an even worse problem. So, mistakes are going to get made, but it's correcting that and moving on. That's the important thing.
I said from the beginning, herd immunity is a better idea than locking down, and we'll see. We'll see how that bears out. Even if you follow Dr. Fauci's rules, did you see him testify before the Senate?
No, I heard it was something.
It was. I screamed at the screen a lot, Jack, because I actually live streamed that one. But his testimony specifically, when they kept asking the Democrats, the fascist fucks who want to keep everybody locked away because that's how you fix problems. They kept asking, what about people who are opening up society? And he goes, okay, look, this is what we need to do. You need to make sure that your new cases have come down and they're staying at a steady low rate. And then you need to start opening things. And then if something breaks out, you go in there and you find out what's happening and lock it down real fast. Which would be how you would normally handle a disease. That's the contact tracing. But it's really hard to contact trace in somewhere like New York.
Yeah.
If you in New York City, suddenly there's an outbreak at a fucking coffee shop on, I don't know, Fifth Avenue. How are you going to get everybody who's come in contact with whoever might have started that? You know what I mean? Herd immunities. Where's that, man? It's where it's at. Anyway, let's see, where else were we? There was something else I wanted to talk about, Jack, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, it's kind of on this whole thing. It was the hashtag RIP capitalism that was all over the place yesterday, Jack. This dumb motherfucker said this: we had 2 complete economic collapses before I even turned 30, yet bootlickers are still standing capitalism. SMH, RIP capitalism. 1, we haven't had a complete breakdown yet. But if you think we did and we came back as well as we did, that's actually a I forget who pointed that one out, but that's a good sign for capitalism that it could bounce back. But this one in particular, Jack, this one in particular, suggesting that the economic collapse going on right now has fuck all to do with capitalism is retarded on a level that hurts my brain to think about. You literally have the government telling people they cannot do business. To the point in my state, they're taking away business licenses over it.
No, that's capitalism to people that are communists and don't understand how capitalism works. They really have no grasp on how money works or financial transactions. They really don't seem to have any idea how any of it works.
It's amazing to me that these idiots think that that's what happened.
Right? Real quick. Thank you, Gamer Valine. Sending you $5 to tell you to check Twitter and let you know I survived the cat is the saddest thing I could come up with. Here you go. Thank you. And I'm glad you survived the cat, but I think the cat's being framed. The dog clearly did it.
Yeah, dogs are assholes.
Uh-huh.
I watched the movie Pets. I know.
Yeah, cats are sweet and innocent looking. Just look at them. They'll be like, meow.
That's why the Egyptians loved them so much.
Exactly. They revered them as gods.
What version of the iPhone do you think they tweeted hashtag RIP capitalism from? I know, right?
Yeah, it'll be a shiny new one, I'm sure.
A new one with the they're probably charging it on a plugless shit. What's that? Sorry, I got a notification here I have to look at. Oh. I had a request for a link.
Oh. Yeah, look, I'm pretty sure that these people are just economically illiterate and they don't understand what real suffering is. And they would rather just be kind of like, what do they call that? Lipstick communists.
Oh, there you go. That's a good phrasing for him. Satsu, my friend, how are you?
What up, Dal?
What you doing up at this hour on the internet?
Finishing up my video. I think I'm done. I just need to give it one last listen and make sure that all the edits are good, and I'll be uploading it. So
nice.
You're gonna get all kinds of shit for that. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Cannot tell you how many people have sent me videos. You have to watch this. It explains what happened in the Aubrey case. I'm like, oh God. And not one of them yet has told me something I didn't know.
Well, I mean, one of the things I actually kind of set out to do was make sure I added some information that some people did not know. And I felt like there's some of that in there.
Look,
go ahead.
I'm not saying everybody knows everything, but I've dug into this. It's not like I looked at one article and made up my mind.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. I'm sure there's tons of people out there who don't know things, of course. Yeah. But have a little faith in me, fuckers. Jesus. Why do you listen to me if you think I'm that dumb?
Well, I don't know. But what's up, chat? And
anyhow.
That other guy whose name I always forget, even though it's right in front of me.
Ouch, man. Ouch.
Jack, Satsu, Jack.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. It's nice to meet you finally.
Yak, you say? Jack? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm getting bad at this pretending I don't know you guys thing.
Yeah, pretending. Trying to forget is not the same.
This is true. Oh shit. So what are you guys talking about? I'm just wanted to be nosy.
I was just gonna change the subject to this one because we didn't talk about it last night, and this one could get heated. I'm just gonna warn you guys now. So if you want to stay off of it, I understand.
Well, before we get heated, somebody just sent me the roadmap for Fallout 76, and it's looking kind of interesting. I just shared it on Twitter if you wanted.
Oh, cool! Yeah, I hadn't seen it yet. I've heard about it, but I hadn't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about disturbing drawings.
Oh boy.
I don't know how this ended up on my timeline because this is I don't follow this person, but they said this. And for the record, am I blocked? Did this pussy ass motherfucker blocked me? You pussy piece of shit.
Hold on, give me a minute to act shocked.
Okay, so I don't have the whole thing he said, and I can't read the original because I'm blocked by this fucker. I didn't think what I said to him would get me blocked.
Throw me the link. I'll check to see if I'm blocked.
Cunty little bitch. Let me see. Well, I'm going to throw you the link to mine so that you can go from there because I don't know how blocked it gets after that. It's in a private chat, man. Can't believe that pussy little shit did that.
Well,
anyhow, I need their full statement because they actually made 2 tweets and the tweet they were responding to.
I think I was looking at it earlier. I don't think I'm blocked yet. Let me see.
These fucking. I'm going to give my opinion, and then if nobody likes it, I'm going to make it so they can't see what I say anymore. You pussy.
Are you pandering to Valley Girl culture right now?
I am pandering to. Fuck you. I'm trying to light my candle.
Yeah, that's helping the cause of the Valley Girl culture. I'm totally lighting my Febreze candle from Yankee. Oh, it's totes awesome.
It's fucking zen, bro.
That's zen.
It makes me feel good in my no-no squares.
Whoa.
Were you able to pull it up, Jack?
Yeah, I'm clipping it right now so that I can send it to you and you can read it.
Beautiful.
Just take me a second because I'm really bad with the editor things.
Some of you who like disturbing art are going to get mad at me here in a moment. And that's all right. It's all right to be mad at me. It's been happening a lot lately. I got to stop taking such strong stances on things. I got to be more comical so people just like me. I need to be loved, you guys. I need to be loved.
Well, you might want to just not do what you're about to do then.
I just can't stop myself.
It should be in your DMs.
Thank you, sir.
If I got the right one. I make no guarantees on my quality.
Oh, I need the one above it.
Above that? Okay.
Yeah. Ranting Monkey wants to rant less. No random. I just need to rant about things that everybody agrees on. What does everybody agree on? Ramen noodles are the best thing ever.
I don't know if that's a universal thing, bro.
Well, it's not true because a vagina exists.
Well, I mean, almost every culture has some form of noodles, like ramen type thing. So maybe it is the best thing ever.
You say you went to noodles, and I was going to go, yeah, that's what goes in the vagina. But then you brought ramen back into it.
Don't put ramen in your vaginas.
Don't put. Just like beehives and goop. What are they? The eggs, the goop eggs. Don't put things in your vagina that don't go there. Boobies are the best thing.
If you call your junk a noodle, then chances are incel might not be accurate for you.
Boobies are the best thing ever. Have you put your penis in a vagina? I recommend it if you haven't. All right, here's the.
Is that the right one?
So this person said, a 14-year-old doesn't get to dictate how this site is run. Go play with your crayons somewhere else. Get the fuck off this site. No one is here to cater to your comfort. Filter your shit or get the fuck out. No one is thinking of you children when ships are posted. They go on to say, children don't get a say in online spaces when they are the ones throwing themselves into said spaces and bitching about the adult space being adult. You need to filter yourself and stop getting into said spaces. Go elsewhere, like school or outside, you child. And this is what they're responding to. Minors. Hey, shipping minors with adults makes us uncomfortable. 35-year-old problematic artist. Don't care. Minors. But problematic artist. My comfort ship. Now, for those of you who don't understand what a ship is, this is when you put two people together. You know, they shipped Ross and Rachel. This is talking about people who draw disturbing cartoons. Draw cartoons of adults having sexual relations with children. Now, normally when you say, look, kids don't get to dictate what's on this space, I'm with you. You come into where I'm at and I say vagina or shit and you don't like that I swear, whatever it is, I don't give a fuck. You can shut the hell up. When you're talking about animated child porn, I'm kind of with the kid. I'm with the kid. And a bunch of people got very upset at me saying this. Like, but it's fictional. And it's still children and adults having sex. What the fuck is wrong with you? You want to draw that shit and keep it in your own house? Fine. You people sharing it around and being like, 14-year-olds shouldn't be offended by this. They should just fuck off. I want to know what's on your computer, motherfucker.
I think the FBI would like to know as well.
I think so as well. Like, let's see what the fuck you got on there, because I'm not believing that it's just animated.
Oh, dickhead.
Just
throwing that out there because.
And the other people, it's just fiction. I don't care. It's creepy. It's fucking creepy.
Yeah, I agree. You have a right to be a creepy weirdo to a limited extent, but I don't think anybody wants to read that shit on Twitter or anywhere else. Nobody should want to read that shit anywhere.
The problem is some people do.
Yeah, they're called BAPs, aren't they?
Yeah. And I understand there's some weird shit that goes on in anime and stuff like that, and that's why I don't watch it. No, that's not why I don't watch it. I don't like the cartoon style. But when your argument is shut up, kid, if you're weirded out by cartoons of adults fucking children, you're just wrong. The kid is right in that case.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a legality issue. It's a moral one because the courts have upheld that like literature, that it's okay as long as it's literature, not photographs and film.
Yep.
But I don't necessarily think it's appropriate in every, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, no, this is the thing. That's why I said, I didn't say it was illegal. I said it was creepy.
Yeah.
I don't even necessarily think it should be illegal. I do think they should be keeping an eye on your ass.
Yeah, and there's kind of this weird line because some people's justification is like, well, 90% of the time, if that stuff is depicted, especially in animation or Japanese animation, it is within the barriers of the age of consent over there.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, so it's like, that's the line. And it's like, well, I mean, but you're watching it over here.
Well, give me a second on that. Sir Wolfgang, thank you. Can we all agree pedos should be put up against a wall and shot? I feel like that's too nice to be done to them. Here's the thing. If you went to Japan specifically to have sex with somebody that here it it would be illegal to do it with, nobody's going to say that's okay. You cannot take, what's the age of consent over there? 14?
I believe it's 14,
so.
either 14 or 13.
Yeah. So let's say you're in the United States and you take a 14-year-old over to Japan because you know it's legal to have sex with a 14-year-old there. You just committed a crime.
Yeah, it's called sex tourism. It's internationally illegal. Even Thailand enforces that law.
Yeah. So I don't buy that. Well, hey, it's what they do over there. Stop it. If you have a site like this is what this is, and then kids are going in there, fine. Tell them, hey, this isn't for you. When you're doing it on Facebook, Twitter, shut up. Anyhow, that's all I had to say. And if you're beating off to this stuff, you're a creepy motherfucker. Stop it.
Hey, let's not go appropriating my culture. As a creepy motherfucker, I object to them trying to steal my terminology.
Pete, thank you again for the donation with no message. You are very kind, sir. Very kind. Yeah, there'll be people. I'll be hearing about that one for days, guys. Speaking of hearing about for days, thank you so much, Snubberth. No correlation to actual pedophilia, and it is a censorship gateway. They're cross with you because it's a disingenuous argument both Karens and conservatives lie with. Just called me a liar.
Well, I don't know if they directly called you a liar. They just said that the argument is consistent with people who tend to lie about the fact that they are not for censorship when they really are.
I would have no problem censoring drawings of children having sex with adults. No, I wouldn't. You know why? Because children having sex with adults is illegal.
Yeah, I see the concern about that being a gateway to censorship, and that is something you have to be careful of because they always overreach when they get one little thing, but there are times when you have to go up against the line, and you have to take that risk. So I don't know.
Using that same, you take that same logic to the real world. Well, we can't have age of consent laws because they're going to do something that makes it illegal for gays to have sex, which we did for a long time. See, for me, the whole thing stops and starts at consenting adults.
Yeah.
That's my line. That's the one I hold. Consenting adults. And past there, I don't give a shit what you do if you're a consenting adult with another consenting adult. Go be consenting. Get your freak on as freaky as you fucking want to. I don't necessarily want to hear about it. I sure as hell don't want to see it in public. I don't care if you're the only, again, I need to bring this up. The only time people should be kissing in public is if they are hot lesbians.
They're never hot lesbians, though.
Which, kind of makes the point. No one should be kissing in public. Nobody wants to see that. I've never looked over and seen people in a deep tongue kiss and been like, "Aw," or even, "Oh yeah." So I'm like, that's fucking gross. Stop it. Go do that at home.
Right.
I don't mind if you give a kiss on the cheek or even a peck on the lips.
Yeah, but nobody wants to watch your saliva tongue bath. On the Streamlabs, thank you, Pete, for the donation with no message. I appreciate it.
What about hot dudes? I don't want to see anybody kissing. But no, I don't want to see dudes kissing. The only acceptable kissing in public is hot lesbians. Again, that's my line right there. There's no crossing it. You can't go, well, he's hot. I don't care. He might be a very pretty man.
I think a lot of this boils down to social media needs to be age restricted and enforced better. If you don't want to have kids seeing this stuff, don't have kids on the platform if they're going to allow it to be up there.
Yeah.
So either enforce the age restrictions, which nobody does anymore, or be more cautious about what you allow on your platform.
This is Kyle. This is Kyle. Thank you for the donation with no message. And I agree with you on that, Jack. But the age to use Twitter is 13.
Yeah, and I don't think it should be, because I think it should be 21, because I hate everybody under 21 in 99% of the cases. Evolved Potato is an exception. I like that kid.
Well, Pete's being very generous, so I decided to open my Streamlabs just to take a look and see. And thank you, Pete, for the donation without a miss. Appreciate it.
Yes, guys, don't forget, we are brought to you by you. Hit that like button, as I piss everybody off. Hit that like button, hit the share button, and if you could, please throw donations at myself, Satsu, or Jack. They're great people.
Indeed. Oh, there's a distant Squeedus.
Gamer Valine, thank you. That would explain why you were on, or you were the one to see film it the other day. What would explain that? She lives, apparently, she said in the chat to the AAA that she lives near Blunty Blondie. You ever seen Blunty Blondie?
No.
You'd like her, Jack.
Oh.
Yeah, she's really, really cute and thin, and Gamer's cute, and I would love to see, them get together a little bit. That's all I was saying. Little action.
Yeah, little rowing the man in the canoe.
Yeah. Get in there and lick him a little bit. Atheist Icon, thank you. Technically, Sailor Moon, unedited, is pedophilia. It shows underage girls transforming naked to their forms. I used to watch it in Italy when I was 4. It's creepy. I don't watch that stuff. Anyhow.
I don't know enough about this topic.
I think it's creepy, and I'm okay saying so. And if people get mad at me for saying that drawing underage people having sex with adults is creepy, then get mad at me. I'm all right with it. Greta Thunberg denies appearing as an expert on CNN coronavirus panel.
Speaking of creepy.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Greta Thunberg has...
Is that what you're saying here?
Greta Thunberg denied Thursday that she'd be appearing in the capacity of an expert on a CNN coronavirus town hall as the network faces criticism for adding the teenager to a lineup of public health experts. Did you see that yesterday, Jack?
Oh, yeah. It's fucking dumb. I think this kid is just being abused by her parents to begin with, and putting on her panel as an expert, even if they're not officially saying that, she's on a panel with experts. That implies that she's an expert. I think that's fucking sick. This kid is just being abused.
Tonight, I'll be interviewed on CNN to talk about the new campaign supporting UNICEF during COVID-19 and about being an activist in a world altered by the coronavirus. It seems some people thought I was going to be an expert on, some people thought I was going to be on an expert panel, which of course has never been the case. Well, you're certainly not an expert. Gamer Vleen, thank you. You did not slide that comment in there. You shouted over Drunken Uncle where I could hear you in my car as I was driving. Did I say I slipped it in there? Look, I have never been shy about the fact I would like to watch hot women have sex. I'm not ashamed of that at all. I like hot lesbian sex. It's art is what it is.
Claim it.
The climate activist then fired back against criticism that she had no place alongside other guests. Former Health and Human Service Secretary Kathleen Sebelius, I've never been able to say her name, and former Center for Disease Control and Prevention Director Richard Besser. Okay, so you have these two experts and Greta Thunberg, and you're like, well, we never meant she was an expert. Why is she even on there?
Because they want to prop her up as an expert, obviously.
She's not even an expert on climate change. When they bring her on that stupid shit, she's not an expert. She has no expertise at all.
Excuse me, there's a phrase that qualifies for this. It's called, how dare you?
But what's the next line of that? I shouldn't even be here right now. Yeah, go away.
I should be in school.
Yes, you should. Go the fuck home. Go back to school, you idiot.
She's not going to do that. There's a cause to be had here, Monkey, a righteous cause. And you have to make sacrifices. She's the Joan of Arc for ignorant, lazy people. I said it on Twitter. I'll say it here. I'm
an activist. The only people claiming I'm an expert are those trying to ridicule me. My message has always been to unite behind the science and listen to the experts. That is not her claim. That's not her claim. Her claim, it's not that it's that other people need to fix shit because she doesn't want to have to do it. Why should I go to school and learn science to fix this stuff? You guys should be doing that. That's your message. That's what you said. Gamer Vleen, thank you. It's not the point of hiding it. It's the fact that you managed to shout over Drunkle. Oh, I do that all the time when I'm on that show. You have to if you want to be heard. You got to get a little louder than him, and he's loud. CNN came under fire Wednesday for Thunberg's placement on the program when journalist Yashar Ali asked his 619,000 Twitter followers, what place does Greta Thunberg have in this town hall? I understand that this is a panel of top health experts and administrators. A climate activist would be better suited on a different panel. She's not a climate scientist. It's a matter of placement. It's a matter of, CNN did not immediately respond to a request for comment. I hate that line in a news story that they didn't immediately respond.
Yeah.
Not that I think CNN would have, but
they didn't pick up on the second ring.
Right. You could wait 10, 20 minutes. They never tell us how long they waited for that comment.
Well, what's your definition of immediate?
I know. It depends.
What's your definition of contact?
I yelled through the wall and they didn't yell back.
Yeah, they might have been sending smoke signals or doing it in semaphore.
Yes.
There was no response, so clearly something shady's going on.
We figured out the direction in which they are outside of our building and screamed really loud in that direction. and nothing came back.
That's not to think I think CNN would have replied anyway.
Yeah.
But I hate that fucking line. We read that way too often. Anyway, CNN, there's no reason she should be up there. You know that. We know that. This is just to get viewers. Because nobody cares about Kathleen Sebelius or I don't even remember the other fucker's name anymore. I just read it. Richard something. Nobody cares about them. But you know who they do care about? Greta Thunberg.
Also, it's a good way to deflect any criticism.
Indeed.
I have to say, because not only have we learned that Greta Thunberg is a pretty good weapon, she's also a really efficient shield.
She is, because she's a young woman.
Yeah.
An underage woman.
And anything you say about or against her, or anything you say that's in proximity to whatever she is involved in is, I can't believe you people are picking on children.
Right.
I just had a great idea. What if you make a buddy cop movie style movie where Greta Thunberg teams up with Desmond is Amazing, and they just go on a murder spree killing all the people that put them up to their shenanigans?
I like where you're going with that.
Because it would be like the Devil's Rejects, but with like these abused children.
Faithless says, Little Twit cannot even answer any basic direct questions. As Jack said, I feel she's being abused. Very much like Biden is, man, at this point.
Yeah.
We know her Facebook, her Twitter, her social media is not run by her. Her dad does that.
Yeah. Her parents are scumbags.
They are.
Trotting their kid out like this, robbing her of an education and a childhood to put her out to be presented and mocked by the world. And she is going to be resentful and bitter if she isn't completely destroyed by this. Because how is she going to recover from this?
I think they want to martyr her.
I think they do too. But that's what they're willing to sacrifice. All these people, these activists are diehard fanatics. They will sacrifice anyone to get their cause notice. That's how they operate. They don't care who gets hurt because then they're a martyr for the cause. They're like jihadis.
But to what Faithless was talking about there, I'm sure it's the clip that I saw. Greta went on to a climate panel with a bunch of other, I don't know if they were kid activists or if they were just activists. I can't remember. But she was asked specifically, what would you tell the leaders of the world to do? And she couldn't answer the question. And she actually got a little bit snippy and was like, I think you should ask other people. Yeah,
like her handlers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. She can't answer questions. All she can do is read speeches.
Yeah, she doesn't have the life experience or the education to know how to respond to a lot of the questions that she isn't prepared for. So it's very, very disingenuous to put her on the spot like that. And I don't think that we should attack the kid. I think we should be attacking the parents for their reckless disregard for this kid's life.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like what they've done with this kid. And I don't make fun of her other than calling her stupid because she's a dumb kid. She is. She repeats what she's heard.
And she's brainwashed. She doesn't go to school. She doesn't have any critical thinking skills other than what her Antifa-loving parents have taught her. So I feel really sorry for her. In a very, it's just the same way as I feel bad for Biden, who's I don't like him as a person, but I can still feel bad for him being paraded out in front of the world as a doddering old man. And Desmond is amazing. You think that kid came up with that idea? Being a drag queen? Come on. You can't tell me these people aren't being abused in some respect. I'm just not going to buy it.
I can't remember which of the two it was, whether it was Desmond or Amazing or the other one. I think it was Lactatia. The kid kind of came up with it on their own, but not in the way it's done.
Yeah,
because the story. I'm sorry, Jack. The story is that when he was very little, he dressed in his sister's clothes one day, and mom made a big deal out of it. So then he started doing it over and over again. Children react to positive reinforcement.
Yeah, if you give them attention, they will try and seek further attention.
Yeah, that doesn't make him a drag queen. That makes him a child looking for your attention. Pay attention to your kid, you silly bitch.
But these are useful idiots to these pundits and news entertainers, and they are more than happy to give the attention to them and make them martyrs because they know that somebody's going to say something, and that's an attack. Oh, they're pouncing. So they'll throw these kids to the wolves and the doddering old people, and that's this natural selection sort of thing where the young and the old get eaten by the predators. And then you can turn them into heroes and legends. It's disgusting.
Right now, Dr. Bright is testifying before a subcommittee in the Senate. He's the one that was fired for being a whistleblower, is what he claims. Just for those who are keeping up with that stuff, Democrats warn we shouldn't reopen the country until we can be safe from Trump getting a credit for a good economy. It's the Babylon Bee. But you know what? This is the problem with some of the Babylon Bee's articles. They're not far from the truth.
No, they're just more honest about it.
Yeah, they're just more direct. Satsu, you still there?
Yeah, I went to go grab Aaliyah because she was up.
Hi, cutie. I'm talking to her, not you.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No, I was speaking to the little one.
And
she is so freaking adorable.
She is. She's up and about now. She's eaten. She had a nap, and now she's like, it's time to play.
35 minutes ago, the president tweeted out, if I were a senator or congressman, the first person I would call to testify about the biggest political crime and scandal in the history of the USA, by far, is former President Obama. He knew everything. Do it, Lindsey Graham. Just do it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more talk. That's going to go over well.
Yeah. Nothing's going to happen.
No, nothing's going to happen. They're untouchables.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. I had to tweet that one because that's funny as shit. Let's see what else we got going on in the world. Oh, man. I want to play video games.
What you want to play?
I really want to play something over on my game channel, but I haven't decided what I'm going to play. So I'll probably be in Fallout 76 when I'm done here for a while.
Thank you for the donation, RVA. Thanks for providing your 2 cents. Monkey, you know what we should play or try to play at least?
Street Fighter?
Streets of Rage.
Oh, Streets of Rage, that's what it is. I don't have it downloaded all the way, I don't think. Do I?
The game shouldn't be that big.
It's not, but I used up all of my bandwidth to get 76 back on my computer.
Oh yeah.
So I have my good internet is like bad internet most of the time right now.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Okie Native, who says Jack needs to play games with you. Jack, do you even play games still?
Not really. I'm really bad at video games.
You used to play games though, right?
Yeah, I had a 360 and a PS3. But I got rid of that stuff a while back. So I haven't played anything in a really long time.
The PS3 is, I believe, the only major console to come out since the NES that we haven't owned. I mean, I know there was like Sega CD, but I don't consider that a major one because, well, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Satsu loved the Sega CD though, right?
Yeah, I had a Sega CD, and I liked it. Although I didn't play a lot of games on it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that one had the same problem that the Dreamcast did, where it was a good system that just wasn't supported well.
Yeah, I really loved my Dreamcast, dude. We had the home version of I almost say House of the Dead. We had Soul Edge and fucking, was it 04? I think Madden at the time. Playing all those fucking awesome games on there. Sonic Adventure, the original Sonic Adventure. Playing that shit on there.
Thank you, Gamer Valine. Perfect. Me and Jack can make low quality content.
I thought about that. I could make the greatest bad game channel on earth because it'd just be me dying all the time and lots of swearing.
In chat, where is it? Pete says Monkey doesn't like side scrollers. You're right, I don't, but Streets of Rage is fun. We did a Streets of Rage, the original, right? Or did we play two?
We tried to at least, but the net code for that Sega collection is ass, dude.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really do much, but I'm hoping that this one is better. I haven't tried to play multiplayer at all.
I fucking love her. You guys should hear it when we're off the air.
Oh yeah.
She goes nuts and it's funny as hell.
Yeah, I be muting that stuff most of the time because I know, we got a show going on, but whenever me and Monkey are just chilling and she's in the background.
She's going to get me killed in one of these games because I'm going to be laughing. She is amazing, you guys. You should hear her. Jaeger Pony says, thank you so much. Dreamcast died when they learned how to use Juarez. Kyle says, now I want to watch Jack try to play Dark Souls.
Oh, God, no. I tried playing that. I died like 10 times in 5 minutes. I spent more time respawning than playing the game. Yeah, I think it'd be more limited to what I understand, like Zork.
There's older games that I wouldn't mind playing, like side scrollers even. Like I love the Mario series. I had fun all the way through. Well, every Mario game I played. But
Gazer 878 said you should play a Modern Warfare stream with Jack. I would point out that last time I played Call of Duty, one of the last games I played, I died 48 times out of the 50 that our team lost by.
Well, that's okay. We'll play story mode and you just stay behind us.
That's right. Monkey, you bought Modern Warfare, didn't you?
Yeah, I beat the campaign on it, and I think I went into multiplayer once, but I didn't even load it up. I haven't been all the way into multiplayer. I loaded it up, but never went in.
Because I'm about to say, I don't have it on PC. I play with my boy Zach all the time. He has it on PC, and I got it on PS4. But yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
I wonder how Monkey would do a StarCraft. Probably okay. I like RTS games. June 5th, somebody got me the and I'm sorry when I say somebody because I never remember who gets me the games. I'm very appreciative, but you guys know my memory. But they got me the remaster of Command & Conquer that comes out on June 5th, and I can't wait. Jack is going to be a Fortnite streamer. Oh my! Little Butt can play Fortnite. She was over the other day, and they usually, when everybody's over, Fortnite ends up on the TV at some point. And she loves to play it. She finished 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah, she mostly did it by running like hell.
I've never played Fortnite. I don't know anything about it. It sounds complicated.
She employs the Ranting Monkey style of living in a video game. Run like hell.
Well, if it takes 2 weeks to play, I'm out.
No, it doesn't. Those matches are pretty quick. A long one is like an hour.
Oh, ew. Oh, thank you, Okie Native, for the donation. Gamer Valina and Jack can make low quality content. Yeah, you can. Straight to the Christian Science monitor.
Oh, don't.
Thank you, Okie.
I don't know why I went Sanford and Son on that.
Well, why not? I'd have sex in a junkyard. I have no shame.
That's probably my white savior complex since Satsu's here.
Yeah, you're conjuring up things that you think other black people like because you're in the company of black men.
I was watching Scrubs the other day, and I have to stop watching the show because JD and Turk really do remind me of you and me. And I keep having to turn it off because I tell myself I'm the cool one, but I realize when I watch, I'm JD. That's not a good thing to be.
I would have been the
janitor. Oh, man. Oh, God. I hope there's not a lot of news today. I hope it's a calm day. I need one big story. That's all I need. I don't want a bunch of moronics again.
I think I might pull the trigger today on Streets of Rage, Monkey.
Oh, cool.
I might be doing a stream a little later. What time did Scribe say he was doing his stream? It was like 2 Eastern, right?
I think it's 2.
Okay.
I think it's 2.
No, Aaliyah, you can't have it. It's mine.
Excuse me. She can take it because she wants to. You should play Bloodborne on your game channel. I don't think I have Bloodborne. Oh, yes, I do.
Yes, you do. I'm about to say you better not finish that sentence.
Yeah, Stunlock got that for me.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, Stunlock will be like, motherfucker, what'd you say?
Excuse me?
Because he's been trying to get me to play that for probably more than a year.
Yeah, it's a long time. Bloodborne is fun, man.
You know what? I need to see if I can how well I can stream through the PlayStation, because I wouldn't mind playing Madden. I suck at it because the new Madden suck, but playing Madden and the baseball games and even Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a great game. That was a lot of fun. Just go around the city. My favorite part of that game was the web swinging. Beating up the bosses was okay, but the web swinging was just fun. I'd sit there and do that for hours, man. Just talk to the audience as I swing around New York City, letting people get mugged.
Monkey, I think you would actually like Bloodborne better than Dark Souls because it's much faster. It's like it is a much more in-your-face, action-oriented kind of version of that game. Everything is snappy and quicker.
Well, monkeys be playing Turtles in Time. That's one that there's a lot of games on the PlayStation that are more. What's the word I want to use here? They're not as deep, and that's not a bad thing.
There's a lot of style games over there that I like.
More what? I'm sorry.
Arcade style, like games that you can just and play for a little bit and then just stop.
Yeah, so something you just play and talk to the audience. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons 7 Days to Die is so easy, because I can actually talk to the audience as I'm building everything. Because I'm not running around I don't know if I could do something like Modern Warfare on there, you know, because I get a little bit too into it.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
some shit.
To be honest, I don't like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. How dare you, sir? Well, it depends on which version you're talking about. I love the Turtles. They're stupid. It's such a dumbass concept. And I love that it became so popular that there were actually, imitators.
Yeah. There were a lot of them.
Yeah. What was the Samurai Rabbit thing?
Let's see. Yosagi Ojimbo.
I don't know. All I remember is Samurai Rabbit.
Yeah. Where's the blue gi?
Yeah.
Yeah, white fluffy bunny. Yeah, that's Usagi Ojimbo.
Yeah, I could never even say those words together.
It just means rabbit Yojimbo. Yojimbo being a name.
Fair enough. Ask Satsu when there's what's that monster that I call the Mogwai, Satsu?
What, the bear?
The bear.
In in Fallout, yeah.
What's his real name?
Kung Fu Panda.
No, it's like Yao Gwyn or I forget what. Yeah, I just call it a Mogwai because that's a word I know and that's what I stick with. That's how I use English, people. I find a word I know and stick with it.
I believe we read an article about white people doing stuff like that.
I know it shows my racism because I won't try to look, but I do it with English stuff too. So doesn't that count?
Yeah. You ever hear foreigners try and pronounce American words? It's the same thing. Everybody fucks up language. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, but white people are the only ones who are supposed to exactly and specifically know how to pronounce everything they see the moment they see it.
That's because they're evil monsters. See, there used to be a theory that the Catholics had that warlocks, demons, and Satan couldn't recite the Lord's Prayer because that was just an inability of theirs. It's the same concept, just moved over to skin tone.
Gamer Valine, thank you. Don't feed them after midnight. And don't get them wet.
So don't pee on them. Got it.
They never explained when you could start feeding them again.
Depends on the time zone.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing. Is it just if you bought it in, say, Pacific time and you move over to the East Coast, can you not feed them after 3 a.m.? It was a really weird system is all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I would think the worry would be on the plane if they got a hold of the snacks. Because then you might cross midnight like 4 times, you know.
You actually just gave us a better premise for a movie than Gremlins 2.
Yeah, that wasn't very hard, was it?
That movie sucked ass, man. Oh my God. I get, getting in on your own joke, but they took that a little too far. Let's see. We are at 2 hours. We're actually at 1 hour and 57 minutes. So I'm gonna have to drag this out a little bit, you guys, because I need to give them a full 2 hours because that's what I tell them I'm going to do.
All right, Squeedy Poo, it's up to you. You gotta entertain for the next couple minutes.
Yeah, make her do something. Shake her.
Man, I can't.
Not hard.
Goddamn thing. Aaliyah does what she wants to do. Ain't that right, baby?
Because she's a girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do.
Very quiet today, though, which is unusual.
She is. She's not. I mean, usually she's. I don't want to say yells a lot, but she yells a lot.
She does.
She's a very outspoken young lady.
Mm-hmm.
Gas just said, "Don't pee on Mogwai" is better premise than Gremlins 2.
Fair enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. Thank you for the donations. You guys are amazing, and I love you for it. Jack, anything you'd like to show?
I'll throw a link to my last video in there, and be sure to check out Satsu's videos soon. And thank you all for the donations. You guys are awesome.
Satsu, anything you'd like to show?
As Jack said, my video will be coming out pretty soon here. I'll be uploading it definitely before Lords of the Night. And I will be doing a Streets of Rage stream probably right after this, honestly, because I just want to play for a little bit. It won't be very long, so if you guys want to check out the game and see what it's about. Girl, who is you talking to?
Which channel are you gonna be over on 2 Cents Plus?
Yeah, 2 Cents Plus. That's where I'll be playing.
I think that is in the description, guys. I think. So check that out. Tonight, Lords of the Night is on Satsu's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern time, you guys. Make sure you come and hang out for that. If I find something to play, I will do it on my channel sometime today. Follow us on Twitter. I I drop my links when I go live. Satsu, you do that too,
Right.
Jack, do you ever tweet out your videos?
Sometimes, but I always do it on the D Reviewer Twitter rather than the Jack Cochran one.
There you go. So make sure you're following so you guys know where we actually are, because YouTube doesn't like to tell you because they don't think we put shit in context. Neil Mohan, you dick. Gamer of Lean, thank you. I'm still waiting on a blow. I'm still waiting on a blow after Tuesday. I don't believe in the love anymore. Who are you blowing?
Tuesday, obviously.
Who are you supposed to blow on Tuesday? Or were you getting blown? Because I haven't seen that you. I don't know that you're a biological woman. I just assumed. I have questions, gamer, and I need answers before I end. You don't have to super chat it, but who's getting blown on Tuesday? I'm always waiting for a blowjob to receive, never to give, because I'm a man and I like them.
Also, when we wrap up here, P-Dog's streaming, so there's the link to that if you guys want to check him out.
Receiving because Sanut is my stripper. Fair enough. Yeah, check out Satsu. He's going live here in a few minutes. I'll be over there hanging out with him. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Jack, Satsu, and Sweetest, thank you guys for joining me. Everybody, enjoy your day. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Say bye, Sweetie Poo. Say bye-bye.
Now I'm going to feel bad about my song. I'm always waiting.